Hello, everybody. Scott Golden here with the Mid South Wrestling Review for the 18th of August, 1984. Things continue to be positive and good for the Mid South territory. 84 has indeed been a year that a lot of things changed in the area, and I'm sure that will continue. Many new faces, many faces that are in various states of, I don't know if I'd say flux, but certainly in different phases of influence here. And Jim Cornette still riding on top of the Midnight Express, as is to be expected. I don't know that Cornette would stay a place where he's not riding on top for an extended period of time, at least as a manager. I don't see that happening. Anyway, as we move to the second half of August, we've got a lot coming up. I have begun to watch some of 1985. I also do have about a dozen Superstars of Wrestling episodes that we need to go through here as well. So lots of content this weekend. Obviously, being a holiday, I might be able to get more recording done than I normally do, but my work never ends. 365 days a year, I'm available for clients in my coaching practice. If you are looking for business, relationship, or entertainment coaching, please go to my other channel, Golden Opportunities Coaching. Information there on how to get things going and some cross promotion here. If you would like this channel and subscribe, that would be helpful as well. Dr. Death and Mike Jackson start us off here on this edition of Mid South Wrestling, and he starts that tough guy thing. He brings his football helmet from previous days, almost as if to say that he's tougher because he's a football guy. Puts the helmet up and kind of as if to say, hey, you're not nearly as tough. Several shots, shoulder tackles, and the like. The up and over by Jackson with the Snapmare takeover doesn't get all he wants, and needless to say, Jackson bails to the outside trying to get Dr. Death to chase him. That doesn't work out very well, as one would expect. Relatively simple slam by Dr. Death. Dr. Death also leaning on quite a bit. Al Jackson, and Jackson does crawl through the ropes, kind of distracting Williams. Williams gets caught with a drop kick or two right under the chin. Actually does take a bump from the drop kick. Interesting to see a guy like Jackson in a role with such a prominent guy, and head scissors takeover attempted. Meanwhile, the turn into the Oklahoma Stampede is what happens out of that, and we're good there. So we move to a handicap match, Randy Barber and Don Sanders against Jim Duggan. Not quite sure why the handicap match happens. Maybe that is JYD having left. I don't honestly know. I do know that that day is coming. I also know that Duggan does take more of a role when JYD leaves as kind of the lead babyface through when Duggan leaves in late 86, early 87. So I'm assuming those two things might be correlated here. Anyway, Duggan continues to push around both of the enhancement talents, Irish whips, back elbows, punches and kicks. Duggan with a double with the lockup and a big body slam along the way. Does the spinning slam as Duggan often does, sends the man into the top turnbuckle. Duggan goes completely nuts on his adversary and manages to gain an advantage wherever he can. Double lockup. Duggan also manages to kind of keep it going, and the jumping football tackle. Duggan drops into position for it. Boom, nails it. 1, 2, 3, and actually sends the enhancement talent out of the ring. Picks the other enhancement talent up, drags him back into the middle, and gets the victory over the second individual. Josh Stroud against Hercules Hernandez. Hernandez still with Jim Cornette as his manager, and I guess Cornette has him as his bodyguard. Stroud not a challenge for Hercules by any stretch of the imagination. Power moves by Hercules throughout. clotheslines, forearms across the back. Hercules dominant all the way around, as is to be expected. But that almost $1 million dream slash chokeout type hold gets a victory for Hercules. We see a video look at Terry Taylor, music video style. We then move to Art Cruz, who is returning to the area. Not I wouldn't say for the first time, but for the first while in a long while. Against Terry Taylor. Taylor continues to be a good wrestler. Takes over, kind of gets the ride time into the arm bars, wrenches the arm. Taylor can bring a decent match out of just about anybody. Cruz takes him down with some side headlock. Takeover level stuff. Taylor does the drop down. Cruz gets the both the side headlock and the tackle along the way. Meanwhile, Terry Taylor hits the hip toss and the arm drag. Taylor tries to get a victory, can't get a victory nearly as quickly as he wants it. Gets a monkey flip out of the corner and manages to get driven back with an armbar. Taylor takes a shot or two to the midsection in a rather unceremonious experience. And Cruz actually catches him with a body slam again. Cruz kind of being made to look a little bit tougher than he is, which has value, I suppose. Meanwhile, Taylor manages to kick him off, and ultimately Terry Taylor with the Irish whip. Reversal by Cruz. Cruz tries the back elbow. Taylor ducks Taylor over with the flying five arm and a victory. Terry Taylor still victorious, and a big deal here. The Fantastics and the Midnights. I don't know if this is their first match ever, but it is, I believe, their first match in Mid-South, which is a pretty major thing because they have continued to feud over the next several years. Jim Cornette not happy with the need for his team to fight this particular team. The Midnight Express is interrupted by Crusher Khrushchev. Khrushchev wants some degree of autonomy or whatever the heck you'd call it. Fantastics are dancing around. They're happy, healthy, and excited individuals. They are, kind of, I guess you'd say, making it work. They're wearing bow ties and the whole deal. They're pretty excited. They're given a good bit of time as they are the second to last segment of the day. Bobby Fulton and Dennis Condrey start out working over the arm. Fulton makes a tag to Rogers. Rogers comes in, double teams on the arm. Somehow, Khrushchev wanted in the ring and partners with with Bobby Eaton, almost subbing for. Partners with Dennis Condrey, subbing for Bobby Eaton, and we kind of see a pull of the hair. Khrushchev with some kicks. Khrushchev pretty dominant. Condrey comes back in, wears down Fulton again. Doesn't get all he wants on it, but gets enough. Tag off by the by the shot there, and ultimately there is a tag off again. Khrushchev kind of taking over. Meanwhile, Hercules on the outside protecting Jim Cornette, looking at the crowd as if to say, come on, I dare you to try me. I guess quasi Midnight Express substitution is here. Fulton makes his way back to his feet, continues to brawl with Condrey. Irish whip attempts, but doesn't come together, and Khrushchev is tagged back in. Khrushchev teaming with one of the Midnight Express is something that most people would not expect, me included. Anyway, Khrushchev continues his, I guess you'd say, winning ways, and again, the hot shot over the top rope on the throat of Bobby Fulton doesn't get anybody where they want to be, but Khrushchev takes Fulton to the outside, and then there is a hot tag. Tommy Rogers comes in, cleaning house on both heels, drop kicks on both heels. Jim Cornette not happy on the outside of the ring by any stretch of the imagination. Big back body drop, and then a roll up, and the Fantastics are successful in winning, and the, I guess, quasi Midnight Express bails out pretty quickly. Final match of the program: Buddy Landel against Brickhouse Brown. Brickhouse Brown. They eventually tell us over the next couple of weeks that Brown is from the Carolinas. Meanwhile, Buddy Landel says he can beat just about anybody in a pre-match promo. He's basically mocking Brown, making fun of Brown, and they give them about 5 minutes to see that around. Brown doing some breakdancing mid-ring, hits some beautiful drop kicks. Brown just moving and grooving and everything else, and gets a quick victory over Buddy Landel. Landel is completely beside himself. Um, but the continuation of things, they continue a brawl, and needless to say, dropkick under the chin again by Brown. Brown with a series of them now. And again, as mentioned, Brickhouse Brown is victorious over Buddy Landel in what would be considered shocking upset. We'll be back with more right after this.